Hello, and welcome back to Language Analysis. Today, it's all about metonymy. Metonymy. If, at the end of today's lesson, you are able to identify metonymy in a sentence, and if you are able to justify why you think that sentence has got metonymy, then you will have achieved the objective of today's lesson. What is metonymy at all? Metonymy is just a word or an expression which is used to represent a concept or another word or something to which it is closely related or of which it is an attribute, that is metonymy. Look at these examples which contain metonymy. Number one, he spends all his money on the bottle. If you think about this closely, you'll see that this person, perhaps, and it is true, spends all his money on buying alcohol and consuming it. You'll know straight away what type of picture the writer wants to paint of this person who spends his money on alcohol. He doesn't use alcohol, he uses the bottle. The bottle is something that is closely associated with alcohol. Why does he choose the bottle instead of alcohol? What does he want to tell us? We think of what we visualize. We visualize somebody going to buy bottles, all his money. The writer wants to tell us something that is, it is waste of money, it is foolish. Makes no sense to spend one's money on alcohol. So the writer makes us visualize somebody spending money, not buying something that is drinkable, but buying something which cannot be consumed, a bottle. We put side by side, you remember, comparison, the bottle and its content. Then we see the effectiveness. Number two, Downing Street has announced further measures to combat COVID-19. Downing Street has got an association with the British government. So instead of saying the British government has announced, we say Downing Street has announced. Visualization, comparison, effectiveness of the choice of Downing Street. This is another example of metonymy. The pen is mightier than the sword. It's a popular saying. Now, the pen represents something and the sword represents something. The pen is word, written word. It is more powerful than the sword which can kill. Why? Why should something you write be so powerful that is more powerful than a sword or a knife or a weapon that can kill? Why the choice of pen and sword? We think as usual of what we visualize when we see the pen instead of the word. When we see sword instead of death or killing or weapon, we have two images on each side to compare with. Then we see how effective this is. Visualization, comparison, effectiveness. Right. So these are three examples to help us understand closely what metonymy is all about. This is your takeaway. Look at these two sentences. One of them contains metonymy, one does not. Which of them has metonymy and fully justify why? Please put your answers in the comments section on YouTube. I would like to see them to see whether we need a further example or a further lesson on metonymy. Thank you. very much. This has been your Webiclass teacher, as usual.
Are you not yet subscribed? Don't lose out. Join us in Webiclass. Share, ask questions, suggest and subscribe.